My name is Chris, and welcome to the Camper Dan Files. Check out all the new inventory for tires, guys. I mean, this stuff is brand spanking new. This is a 225/65 R17. Lots of new sets of tires here. Nothing that I need, but still. Look at this. Goodyear. What size are these? These are 16s. Wow. Brand new, guys. There's got to be at least 10 or 12 different sets of brand new tires just sitting here. So today we're here to gather some replenishment parts for my eBay store, but more importantly, I have 2 subscribers that are looking for the D21 or WD21 transfer case skid plate. I do have a beat on one in this yard. This is the yard that's right next to my house, and then the sister yard across town there in North Las Vegas. All right, guys, so after some consideration and pondering, I think we're gonna go ahead and temporarily pass on the skid plate from this guy because it does have a dent. You guys can make it out right there, and I'll put a pointer in the video. So it has a scuff and a dent in 2 different places there, and I really wouldn't feel comfortable pulling it. So we're gonna pass on this in hopes of coming across another. But back to the R50 here. This is the same one that I posted those 2 short videos about, where I happened upon some practically brand new CV axles. Obviously they're gone because I took them. They're already on my R50. I'm assuming by the time you guys see this full length video, we would have already showed you videos of me pulling those CV axles and installing them on my rig. But some of you might have remembered from the shorts video that this rig had relatively new calipers on here too. Those have since been harvested. I thought about getting them, but I heard in the past that there were some differences in the pistons, I guess, between the first generation R50 versus the 3rd gen, which is what I have. 3rd gen would be 2001 to 2002. But there's still a lot of good stuff here. Like these control arms, they are brand new. These are the same Evotech brand control arms that I just used to replace the OEM ones on my R50. There's nothing wrong with these. You would have to invest in some ball joints, but I'm seriously considering snatching these and keeping them as a spare set. I just haven't exactly committed yet. It's not something that I exactly need. This is more of like a want, you know, as a spare set to keep around. But I don't know. I might revisit that later. But more importantly, back to the main reason why we're here today. Since we're passing on the transfer case skid plate on this 1990 WD21, I've since looked under all of these 4-wheel drive R50s to see if there just happens to be a skid plate on any of them, and there isn't. And I know some of you are laughing and saying, hey, why would he be looking for a skid plate on an R50? They didn't come with those models. Like, why would you be looking? And the reason being is because some of these R50s come from other enthusiasts like ourselves, where they went out and got themselves a skid plate and slapped them on. And there's nothing wrong with looking, because you might be quite surprised to find that one of these R50s is actually fitted with a skid plate already. And I've seen it in this junkyard before. So don't laugh, just know that it can and will happen sometimes. There are 2 new R50s that got dropped on the yard just yesterday. And with a little bit of luck, I should be able to have my pick of things when I get over to the North Yard. I do have some other things to attend to at home. I have some parts that I need to get cleaned up, photographed, posted, and cataloged, and essentially put away. This rig here, I think it still has some giving to do. This one has the plastic valve covers, but the engine, man, it's really, really clean. But see, I probably wouldn't be able to use this with my R50, because this one has the power valve and everything. I think what I'm really going to be in the market for is an R50 specifically equipped with a manual transmission. That way everything meshes and I don't have to guess, and I can just pull the power plant and just keep it as a spare and have confidence in knowing that I have something that'll work later if need be. Wow, there's still a floor mat here? What? Huh. I don't need it. It's just mind-blowing to see it here. And again, for those of you who have been following along, you know now that I do have a full set of OEM replacement floor mats that I scored from another R50. But you look at these floor mats, they don't match these. They're like the predecessor. So like these are floor mats that you would find in like a 96 all the way up to 99.5, where it says Pathfinder on the side of the front floor mats. I don't really care about that. I'm not really that anal. I just like the fact that they're matching and they don't have any holes in them. So I have yet to clean them up. I got to get them cleaned so I can actually utilize them. And then the ones that's in my rig, I'm not throwing them away or anything like that. Hell, I'm not even going to sell them. I'm going to keep them as spares. I'm going to clean them up real good and throw them in storage. Yeah, so right now I'm just nosing around and looking at certain things, trying to see if there's anything that I can snag for the future. I mean, look at this one. These rotors, yeah, they have some surface rust. Granted, I don't need new rotors. I don't even need replacements, because the ones that are on my rig right now, they're brand spanking new. I had them installed, I don't know, 6 months ago. But you can tell somebody's been working on this rig. Look at the hardware. It's relatively brand new. These calipers, they look really, really good. I am in the market for some calipers. I did inspect my OEM ones again. That's on my rig right now, and they look really good. So it's not something that I'm like in a rush to replace necessarily. Well, this is a VG33 powered R50. This is a 99.5, and this has also been featured in a previous video. Oh, almost forgot. One of the same viewers were looking for the caps here for the wiper arms. Man, these wiper arms look practically new too. Are you guys pondering what I'm pondering? I kind of wanted to keep my OEM wiper arms, and I guess my plan for them was to just seal them in with a clear coat, because I kind of want to preserve the patina. But man, this is kind of tempting. Let me take a look and see how much these cost. All right, so I was able to score these rubber caps here for the wiper arms. These are going to cover the nut there that secures the wiper arm to the wiper assembly. For years now, for the last 3 years, whenever someone would ask me what color my R50 was, I would always say silver. It's not, guys. This is actually considered gray. Here's a silver one. This one is the same color as the R50 that's owned by the Roaming Bear. And this one is color code KYOG. As a matter of fact, I recently scored the plastic trim pieces that go beneath the headlamp assemblies here, and I shipped them off to Canada to the Roaming Bear, As a matter of fact, he just got them several days ago and they're installed, and his truck looks wicked clean now. It was already clean before, but now it's more complete now that he has the plastic trim pieces. He only needed one of them. I think it was a passenger side one. We both agreed that he would just take both of them since I pulled them for him. There's no sense in just getting one, right? You can always use a spare, and it's kind of difficult and near impossible to find parts for these things in a place like Canada. So I was more than happy to help. So huge shout out to the Roaming Bear. If you guys are not familiar with his channel, go check him out. As a matter of fact, he's one of the YouTube channels that I view from time to time. So go over there and show him some love. Now, back to our 99.5 here in gray. I'm gonna go ahead and get these wiper arms. I don't need the blades, so I'll probably leave those behind, but I'm definitely getting these arms. They're so cheap, guys, that there's no way I could say no. So let me go ahead and grab these now. And here's a closer look at them so you guys can understand why I'm so excited that I stumbled upon these. They look practically brand new. And I'll show you guys later what mine that are currently on my truck look like, so you can better understand why I'm deciding to pull these. So to get those rubber caps off, all I did was gone ahead and use one of my Stanley slender flathead screwdrivers here just to pry those off. And then that will allow you to then gain access to the nut here. And all you're gonna need is a 14mm socket or open-ended box wrench like what I'm using here. And just with a little bit of force there, you can get things loosened. I'm gonna take our nut off. And this particular bit of hardware looks really new, so we'll take that too. And I just realized that I have no magnet tray today. Turns out I left it home on the garage floor. Silly me. So we didn't exactly have to fight for these. We just had to get a bit creative. So what you want to do when you're taking these off, as you're pulling up, you want to slightly twist them. However, you don't want to get too aggressive, because inside of these are going to be these little grooves here. Just gently pull up and do like a quarter turn twist, whether you want to do it to the right or the left, depending on if you're lefty or righty, and it should come off. Now we are doing some warranty returns today. This master switch and this Infiniti QX4 clock, we're returning those for store credit, so we'll use that to pay for these wiper arms. This alone should pay for the wiper arms, I think. Now the reason why I was trying to replace my master door switch with this guy is because I think it's either this switch or this switch no longer illuminates. And when you know, I get this and the same exact switch doesn't illuminate. So what I'm starting to think could be askew here is something to do with the wiring going to this switch to illuminate it. I don't know if it exists in the actual harness itself, or if it's further down the electrical wiring tree for that illumination for that switch. I've been trying to get this sorted for probably the last 2 years. Our friend there, Drew, he was actually having a similar issue with his R50, and he was throwing around the idea of maybe being able to replace the bulb for that particular switch. But it's like a diode that's built into the actual switch assembly. So in short, it's not a serviceable part. Now I have replaced other bulbs on my R50 in a similar way with the actual physical bulb, because it is replaceable, like the illumination bulb for the ashtray and the rear defroster switch. That one was really fun to figure out. I was actually able to get that particular issue sorted with the help of a fellow viewer, subscriber, and member of Empora. He actually broke it down for me in layman's terms. He was like, hey man, that thing is serviceable. You can actually service it the switch comes apart. And I was like, what? And right after I got that comment from him, I actually went and tested that hypothesis, and to my amazement, it actually worked. And it worked well for me because I just happened to have a bunch of hazard and the rear defroster switches laying around, and the bulbs were actually identical. So I just grabbed one of those spare switches, did a little bit of a switcheroo, and poof, I had illumination on that switch again. In my case, the issue that I was having was that the backlight for the rear defroster switch, it had left the chat, and the defroster feature itself, that particular portion of the switch still worked. So like you push the button, you would get that amber light that would emit, letting you know that the feature was on and active. But it was just the backlight that was driving me nuts. And since swapping out that bulb and that switch assembly, I haven't had an issue with that. So again, I don't know everything, but through networking with some of you viewers and subscribers, I'm able to learn new stuff, new tricks, you know, and that's what it's all about. You guys are here to learn from the things that I'm posting about, but I can also learn from you and your feedback and comments and so on and so forth. Yeah, you guys know me. The wheel center cap bandit is still here, live and in effect. It's cheap enough. You might as well just grab it. Now there's 2 out of the 4. I'm hoping I can find the other 2. I did try to take these initially, but for some unknown reason I couldn't get them off. They were like really stuck on there, and it were all 4 of them. Yeah, and this first one that I just grabbed was in a neighboring R50. So I'm hoping that the other 2 are in relatively close proximity here. As a matter of fact, let's double check, because this interior is plumb chock full of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if what we're looking for is right under our noses. Let me see here. Yeah, guys, leave no stone unturned, because the part that you seek can be so close. So it's always a good idea to check and to look at everything. Another interesting thing that I've seen on this 99.5 here in gray is this thing right here. Check this out. What? Bro, there's a 6-disc changer under the seat. Guys, I didn't even know that this kind of setup existed here. Wow. Some amazing stuff. And again, let's try and find those wheel center caps. I believe I checked this trunk already. Oh, there's an amp just hanging out in here. Someone already removed the amp here. I am in the market for one potentially, because for some reason my audio keeps like fading out in the front, and I suspect it might be the amp. But for anyone that has a Bose setup, not only do you have the main amp here in the rear, which lives behind this panel, there's also going to be 2 sub amps, not like subwoofers, but 2 additional supporting amplifiers, one on each door in the front, like you see right here. So I don't know if that could be the component that's failing potentially. It might be cheaper to guess with this, and since it's already out in the open pretty much, my only concern is this separate from the speaker? I think it's together. Yeah, it's together as a unit. So you would have to take the speaker off, take that bracketry off, just to get this guy. I don't think I want to do all of that today. I'm not really interested in doing all that. Yeah, here's another amp. What the heck? Somebody just went on an amp pulling spree. Yeah. This is a Bose amplifier. This is the one that lives in the rear of the truck. Again, not what we're looking for. It is here. It's out in the open. Here's another one. I'm going to try and keep these guys out of the elements here. The windows on this R50 is up, so that's a good thing. Not having much luck here. I'm not seeing those wheel center caps. If they were in here, kind of difficult to see them. Nope. Nothing back here. So either they're gone or they're in another rig somewhere. Or in my case, in the past, they're on the ground. I haven't exactly looked down yet, so we'll look and see. But I think I'm going to take the two that I have right now. Even this tri-spoke setup here, I know at least two of its wheel center caps on the ground. One here, one there. Oh, kind of junk now. Dang it, I was really hoping to have those secured, all four of them, only because they're chrome. I'd love to sell them, but don't be surprised if I keep them for myself. Just saying. Yeah, I don't see them. But yeah, guys, there's some pretty interesting stuff that I learned today about differences in these rigs. I'm gonna look around just a little bit more, mainly on the ground, to see if I come across another one of those wheel center caps. I'm also gonna check the engine bays too, because guys like to chuck stuff under here. But ultimately, if I don't find them, I'm leaving. So I'm still in the yard, guys. I should have left some time ago. But dig this. Here's a charcoal evap canister. I'm gonna assume that this is OEM. But look at the threads on where the valve would go. These are practically brand new. I shook it around. All the charcoal is still intact. I looked it over to see if maybe this was a doorman. Usually doormen will slap their name on here. I'm not finding that. And it for sure came from this vehicle, because look what's missing here. The charcoal evap canister. Now the vent valve is gone. I'm assuming that's what they were after. And if that's in good shape, I'm willing to wager that the cutoff bypass valve is also in good shape too. Oh, and someone also took the fuel filter off of this guy, and it's sitting right here. I mean, this thing is in great shape, although it looks like they bent the nipple on this. But this looks new too. But I'm actually considering taking this. I don't need it. My check engine light is off and my truck is happy with everything. These can go for hundreds. I think to buy one of these brand new, it's probably going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 to $200. I have to research the actual price to see for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and grab this thing, because there's no way I'm going to find another one that looks like this and that's in this great a shape. So it's coming with me. And again, I just discovered this charcoal canister because I've been meandering through the R50s and looking to see if I can locate any more of those wheel center caps, which I've been unsuccessful as of late. I have seen other useful and lucrative parts, not necessarily related to the R50, but to the D21 and WD21. I'm not going to mention said parts right now. I'm kind of on the fence about getting it, but tomorrow I'm looking to spend some money in the North Yard, so I'm probably going to forego getting that stuff. All right, guys, so we're back at home now, and these are all of the parts that I've charcoaled at both junkyards over the last 2 days. All up, we spent about $125. Not bad. The roof rail, we already have a buyer for it, so we're going to be getting this packaged up and shipped out. The passenger side headlamp there from the Infiniti QX4, we'll get that cleaned up. This appears to be some kind of nail polish here. We'll go ahead and steal some of my wife's nail polish remover and we'll get that off. And then the charcoal evap canister, that's going to be a spare for my R50. And then the 2/3 brake lights, we'll get those cleaned up and listed for sale. The wiper arms, those are going to be replacements for my R50 as well. So everything that you see here is for sale with the exception of the wiper arms and the evap charcoal canister. Now the wiper arms are going to be replacing these ones, mainly the driver's side one. As you guys can see, it has a lot of corrosion there and some rust. But initially my plan was to just clean these up and then just seal them in with a clear coat. While the driver's side one makes an awful squeak, I'm hoping that I can solve that with the replacement wiper arms that I have now. I just washed my 5th Gen Ultima last night. I'm thinking about washing my R50 Pathfinder this evening as well. So the next time that you guys see this thing, hopefully it'll be nice and shiny. If you've enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. Once again, thanks for stopping by the Camper Dan Files. My name is Chris. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.